if I told you the most underrated SUV of 2026 just made the Toyota FJ Cruiser look like a relic? Yeah, I said it. And before you come at me in the comments, stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just agree with me. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we do honest, no fluff car reviews for real people making real buying decisions. Hit that subscribe button right now, because today we are going deep on the 2026 Jeep Grand Wagoneer, and this one is a big deal. Now look, the Grand Wagoneer nameplate carries serious weight in America. This is an icon. Your grandparents had one. Your dad probably wanted one, and Jeep brought it back a few years ago with a mission to compete at the very top of the luxury SUV market. But in 2026, they didn't just update it. They leveled it up in ways that genuinely surprised me. So here's what we're covering today. We're talking design, interior technology, off-road capability, and then we're stacking it up directly against the Toyota FJ Cruiser, because that comparison is all over the comments and I want to settle it once and for all. Let's start with what you see first, the exterior. The 2026 Grand Wagoneer is massive, and it owns that. It doesn't try to be sleek or European. This thing is bold, boxy, and unapologetically American. The front fascia got a refresh this year with a wider grille, updated LED lighting that looks sharp day or night, and new wheel options that fill out the arches perfectly. It commands attention on the road without screaming for it. Now compare that to the FJ Cruiser vibe. Rugged, retro, compact. The FJ has always been about personality over polish. People love it for that. But walk up to a Grand Wagoneer in a parking lot and you feel something different. You feel presence. You feel like this vehicle was built for someone who worked hard and wants the world to know it. Inside, and we'll go deeper on this in part 2, but just to plant the seed, the cabin of the Grand Wagoneer is on another level entirely. We're talking real wood, real metal, multiple screens, and a quiet ride that honestly caught me off guard the first time I sat in it. But here's the real question. I know you're thinking, is it actually worth the price? Can it really go off-road? And does it actually beat the FJ Cruiser where it counts? All right, welcome back. Let's get into the part that I know you actually came here for, what it's like to live inside this thing and whether it can handle real terrain. So let's talk interior first, because this is where the Grand Wagoneer separates itself from almost everything in this class. The moment you open that door, you're hit with it. Premium leather seating, genuine wood trim, brushed metal accents. Nothing in here feels like it came out of a parts bin. Jeep clearly said we are going toe-to-toe with Range Rover and Lincoln. And honestly, they showed up ready. The screen setup in the 2026 model is one of the most impressive in any SUV on the market right now. You've got a massive center infotainment display running the updated Uconnect system, a separate passenger screen, a digital driver cluster, and available rear seat entertainment screens. That's up to 4 screens in one vehicle, and they all respond fast and look crisp. No lag, no confusion, just clean execution. Climate control is tri-zone. The sound system is a McIntosh audio setup that hits hard and sounds incredible, and the second and third row passengers are not an afterthought. Third row legroom in the Grand Wagoneer is genuinely usable for adults, which is something most 3-row SUVs completely fail at. Now let's go outside and talk about what this thing can actually do on dirt, rocks, and mud, because this is where the FJ Cruiser crowd really starts talking. The 2026 Grand Wagoneer comes with Quadra-Drive II 4-wheel drive, a 2-speed transfer case, and available air suspension that raises the vehicle for serious ground clearance. You've got multiple terrain modes: sand, mud, snow, rock, and the system reads the surface and adjusts torque distribution automatically. This is not a soft luxury SUV pretending to be capable. It has genuine off-road hardware underneath all that leather and wood. I took it on some moderate trails and the composure was impressive. It feels planted, it feels confident, and the air suspension soaks up rough terrain in a way that keeps the cabin quiet even when the ground underneath use anything but smooth. Now here's the honest truth about the FJ Cruiser comparison on capability. The FJ is lighter, more nimble on tight technical trails, and has a devoted off-road aftermarket behind it. If you are a hardcore wheeling enthusiast hitting narrow mountain paths every weekend, the FJ wins on agility. But if you need to do the school run on Monday and climb a rocky fire road on Saturday, the Grand Wagoneer does both, without asking you to choose. Let's talk money first because it matters. The 2026 Grand Wagoneer starts around $88,000 for the base trim and climbs well past $100,000 when you start adding packages. The fully loaded Series 3 with all the options can push close to $120,000. That is serious money. Nobody is going to pretend otherwise. The FJ Cruiser, by comparison, even with today's used market prices and the collector premium it carries, comes in at a fraction of that cost, and that price gap is real and it is significant. But here's the thing about price. You have to ask what you are actually buying. With the Grand Wagoneer, you are getting a vehicle that competes directly with the Range Rover, the Cadillac Escalade, and the Lincoln Navigator. You are getting 3 rows of genuine luxury, a capable off-road system, modern safety technology, and a warranty backed by Stellantis. For the buyer who wants all of that under one roof, the price starts to make sense. Now let's settle the comparison directly. The FJ Cruiser is a legend. It earned its reputation honestly over years of proven reliability and off-road performance. The community around it is passionate and the aftermarket support is unmatched. If you love that truck, nothing I say is going to change that, and honestly it shouldn't. But the Grand Wagoneer is playing a completely different game. It is not trying to be the FJ Cruiser. It is trying to be the best full-size American luxury SUV ever built. And in 2026, it makes a very strong case that it has achieved exactly that. So who should buy the Grand Wagoneer? If you are a family of 5 or 6 in the United States who wants comfort on the highway, capability on the weekend, technology that keeps up with your life, and a statement vehicle that turns heads in any parking lot, this is your truck. If you want a lightweight trail machine with a cult following, and you are willing to wrench on it occasionally, go find a clean FJ Cruiser and never look back. Both are right. Just for different people, the 2026 Jeep Grand Wagoneer gets a strong recommendation from me. America still builds them like this, and that matters. Drop your questions in the comments. I read every single one. See you in the next video.